might ask you the same question, sir.
What? Look, I don't know who you are, but you're no business here.
What has happened here? I cannot believe the devastation.
Hey? What are you talking about? Look, who are you?
The Reverend Thomas Pestell, the Vicar of Packington.
Hey, I know the Vicar of Packington and you ain't him. You're not here to rob stone for your own house, are you?
Certainly not.
Well, there's been a lot of that going on, I can tell you. Look, this is the property of the Earl of Huntingdon. You've no business here.
The Earl? Is he here then?
No, of course not. Nobody lives here now. How could they?
I've been away a good few years. I was here when the castle surrendered, but it was in good order then.
Well, that explains a few things. They blew the castle up 10 years since.
Who did?
The Roundheads, of course. Look, who are you?
No one of importance. Not anymore, anyway. I'm sorry to have disturbed you, sir. I bid you good day.
Good day, sir. Can I... Thomas? Is it you?
Matthew? Can it really be?
Good to see you.
So, you're still a church warden here?
Yes, indeed I am. But please, come and sit down. Tell me how you've been.
Time's been hard, Matthew. Really hard. Especially since Worcester. There were times when I was sure that I would never see Ashby nor Packington again.
Well, things have been hard here as well. There's been many changes since you left. Not many for the better. But now with Cromwell dead and gone, maybe things will get back to the way they were.
If only that were likely. There's no hope of the king returning. Not in our lifetime. Cromwell's son Richard is all set to take his place as Lord Protector, and no one knows what he'll be like. But tell me, how fares my Lord Huntingdon?
Oh, you've not heard then?
No, tell me.
He was taken ill. The sickness returned about 2 years ago, and sadly, our lordship died. Theophilus, his son, is now the Earl of Huntingdon.
Theophilus? I know nothing of him. But surely Henry is the eldest son and heir.
Also dead, about 10 years ago.
Well, I knew his second son, John, had perished before the war. A mere child. But what of Ferdinando? Dead too?
Theophilus is the only surviving child, and he lives now with his mother at Castle Donington.
Well, well, what a tragic family. I knew my Lord Hastings had fled to Holland. He's with the king now. But I knew nothing of all this.
What will you do now, Thomas? Where will you go? Surely not back to Packington.
Sadly, no. Not to Packington. It is my greatest wish to return and take charge of the souls of my parish there, but that may never happen now. I may go to my brother in Colorton. He is still the rector there, is he not?
No, Thomas, no. He was ejected from his living some 3 years ago. He and his wife were turned out of the house, which was sequestered, and she at the time was heavy with child. I thought you would have known.
No, we got no such news. I hardly dared step abroad these last few years. Sitting here, though, the past all comes rushing back.
Ah, Thomas, I thought to find you here.
I'm at your service, my lord.
The terms of our surrender have been agreed. It's all over.
Surrender, my lord.
I had no choice, Thomas. You know yourself how over the last few weeks we've struggled with want of proper food and with munitions running low. Once we knew that Beaver had fallen, we knew it was all up.
So what is to become of us, my lord? Are we to be taken prisoner, executed?
No, Parliament has shown us mercy. In fact, the terms are really quite reasonable. The garrison will march out next Monday, but with our heads held high, Thomas. Trumpets sounding, drums beating, colours flying, matches lit at both ends and muskets loaded.
Then I must make haste and prepare for departure.
You will not be coming with us, Thomas. You are my brother's chaplain and the Earl must stay here.
The Earl will stay here, in the castle.
I don't know what may become of him, but he's no military man, he's no soldier. And there is no place for him within the garrison when we march out. My advice to you, Thomas, is go back to your parish of Packington, lie low for a while and try and stay out of trouble till we meet again.
Trouble? Trouble is my father's middle name.
We're all too familiar with your father's ways, although I do remember fondly the times we spent hunting with the hound.
Will we ever see such days again, my lord?
I do hope so, Thomas, but for now the Roundheads have the upper hand in these parts. I will take my men, if I can, to the king in Worcester. Meanwhile, you must make haste and prepare to leave. You could escape tonight using the tunnel, but you must not be here when they come to take the castle.
Godspeed, my lord, and his blessings be upon you.
And upon the king, Thomas, and you. Farewell.
Amen. Amen. So, remember, children, the Lord sees everything you do.
Mister, when's our proper vicar coming back?
I am the real vicar, my child.
No, our vicar has white hair and a beard.
That man is my father, child. He has been looking after the church while I have been away, but I am back now.
I seek Thomas Pestell.
Well, there is more than one by that name in this village. Which do you mean?
The Vicar of Packington, sir.
I am he.
Then, sir, this is for you. Will there be a reply, sir?
No. No reply.
Then I bid you good day, sir.
That will be all for today, children. Off you go. Quietly now, children. Remember, you're still in church. Well, what do you make of it?
I have been expecting this.
What is it, Thomas? What does it say?
The County Commissioner wishes to see us, both of us, Tom and me, this coming Friday.
But why?
Accusations have been made against us, it seems. This will be the work of Stacey and Johnson, being no doubt, just as it was back in 33.
Francis Stacey? Wasn't his father rector of Culloden before you?
Yes, and he still bears a grudge against me because I refused to marry his sister.
Stacey's neighbours say he is little better than a madman, cracked in his brains.
4 or 5 of our parishioners have written to the Archdeacon complaining about his wild, lewd and lascivious conversations. What was it he called me, Thomas? An ass, a dolt, a fool, a foolish and worthless fellow. And to add to all that, he accused my dear sister Helen of being a whore.
Surely no one can take such a fellow seriously.
And then there's this Joseph Johnson, a church warden in this very church, a rude reviler and criticiser of all people in mankind. I faced him down at Lambeth in 33 and will do so again. We have nothing to fear.
I fear it will be more serious this time, Father.
Why so? What more can they do to us? They've ransacked this house 5 or 6 times, removing all our chattels.
Oh, Thomas, don't say we have to suffer that yet again.
We have survived it before and we shall do so again.
But you may not, Father, if they throw you into prison again. You're an old man now.
Well, we shall see, we shall see.
The situation is more serious now. Since Hastings surrendered last month, the parliamentarians have the upper hand. There's talk of ejections, sequestration.
What? What do you mean, son?
We could be thrown out of the church and all our property seized. Not just a few cattle and sticks of furniture, all of it.
Are we to become Roundheads too, then?
Never. The war's not over yet. Ashby may be lost, but Hastings and the King fight on. Fortunes may yet be reversed.
Well, we shall find out in due course. Until then, we can do nothing.
And furthermore, witnesses say that you are both great libertines.
And what do they mean by that, sir?
It means, sir, that you are indulging in idle practices, that you keep beagles and hounds, and that you are cause great damage to your neighbour's property without redress.
Malicious lies. It is true that Lord Hastings and his brother the Earl did lodge with us at Packington during the hunting season. The hounds belonged to them. Sometime later, Lord Beaumont gave me 2 or 3 beagles, and when they numbered 6 or 7, I joined the hunt. But all that was long, long ago. Lord Hastings has had no time for hunting in recent years. He's been engaged in more weighty matters.
Indeed he has. But did you not cut down trees sheltering Packington Church?
Well, it is true I may have cut down a few ashes, but that was on the insistence of the Earl of Huntingdon, who said that the trees blowing in the wind did interrupt his divine service. In any case, since then I have planted more trees, so there's no fault there on my part.
And you, sir, have you nothing to say? The accusations are made against you both.
I am not bound to answer, sir. I believe that I am within the articles of surrender of Ashby.
Ah, yes, Ashby, I was coming to that. Both of you stand accused of having lived within the garrison, the royalist garrison of Ashby, which you know to be a capital offence.
Is it? I know nothing of that.
Nor I, and as I was the chaplain to the Earl of Huntingdon, how could I not have lived there from time to time?
And now?
I reside in Packington, where I carry out my lawful duties. But look here, sir, is it not the case that by law, informers can only point to that which was said or done within a year? And why has this been denied in my case?
Some of these accusations refer to offences recently committed, indeed some which continue. Have you not observed ceremonies that are contrary to the current instructions of Parliament? And do you not read only from the common prayer of most Sundays?
No, certainly not.
Absolutely not.
Now you let tithes rot in the ground and then sue your parishioners?
No, never.
Revile the neighbours in church?
These witnesses is Francis Stacey and Joseph Johnson, is it not? They have long been my revilers. Why, this Stacey is a madman. He attacked me in a field in Colorton when I tried to claim tithes he had refused to pay me.
Witnesses say that you struck the first blow, and with a cudgel, and that you kicked him and bit his ear.
Witnesses again! Johnson, no doubt!
Sir, you do yourself no good, behaving in this rather loud manner. And furthermore, that you employ scandalous curates.
Good preachers all. 4 or 5 of my parishioners wrote to the Archdeacon complaining of Stacey's scandalous life and conversation. You cannot believe a word that man says.
You neglected the chapelry at Snibston?
Snibston was never so well served as when I was there.
Nor have I neglected it. We have witnesses who have testified to that. It is written in the register.
Now that may be so, Master Thomas, but it is said that you preach against Parliament. What do you say to that?
Sir, I pray for Parliament as the greatest council in the land.
And you are willing to abandon your old practices and serve the Reformed Church?
Sir, I am willing to remain in the ministry of the Church of England under such orders as should by law be established.
Yes, a somewhat ambiguous answer. You strike me, masters, as dissemblers.
Not I, sir.
And I tell you, sir, that you cannot rely on the word of Johnson. It was his malignancy that had me brought before Bishop Williams at Lambeth in 1633. The charges then were the same as they are now.
Well, bishops are of no account now. We have rid ourselves of them. Return to your parishes, gentlemen, but be aware that we shall be watching.
God's blessing be upon you, sir.
And on you, masters. Good day.
But why did you say you would serve the Reformed Church? What were you thinking of?
Shh, they'll hear you. What choice did I have? Anyway, that is not exactly what I said.
We cannot serve these people. I have never bowed down to them in my life.
We live in strange times, Father, dangerous times. Now, let us return home and try to stay away from trouble. If 'tis God's will, there'll be better times ahead, but for now...
Amen to that.
Dearly beloved brethren, the Scripture moveth us in sundry places to acknowledge and confess our manifold sins and wickedness, and that we should not dissemble nor cloak them before the face of Almighty God. Gentlemen, use no violence. Here is none will resist you.
Step down, Pestell. You are no longer vicar here. In place of this unlawful book, I bring you a ballad.
See how he handles the Holy Book of Common Prayer as if it were a common laundry book, handing it to those rough oafs. It's nothing short of sacrilege.
This malignant Thomas Pestell observes ceremonies contrary to the instructions of Parliament.
Our parishioners will never accept him.
What choice do they have?
I'll give him a week. He'll be gone by Sunday.
This is not 1633, Father. We're finished here.
Employed scandalous curates, preached against Parliament, the well-affected. And so God has rightly spewed him out of his mouth. And God said unto Moses, I am that I am. And he said, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am, hath sent me unto you. And God
See how he
said,
takes his
moreover,
text
unto
from
Moses,
Exodus.
thus shalt
The
thou
irony is
say
not
unto
lost on
the
me.
children of Israel,
We should return home and gather what things we can before they plunder the lot.
the God of Isaac and the God of Jacob hath sent me unto you. This is my name forever, and this is my memorial unto all generations. Go and gather the elders of Israel together, and say...
It looks like someone's been here already. Word spreads fast.
No matter. We've been through this before. It must be time to dine. Let us go in.
You cannot enter here, sir. This house now belongs to Mr. Pegg.
This is my house, sir. Step aside.
I have my orders. This house has been seized.
Take Mother and go to William at Culloden. You'll be safe there.
And you? Will you not come with us?
I may join you in time, but for now I have other plans. With luck I can reach the garrison at Worcester.
But the king has already surrendered and Hastings has fled God knows where. What good would it do you to flee to Worcester?
It is far too dangerous. I beg of you, come with us to your brother's house at Culloden.
God will protect me, Mother. Go with Father now. Godspeed.
So you went to Worcester?
Eventually, but it wasn't easy. I found lodgings in the town with a sympathetic family. There were many there who remained loyal to the king. I heard what I could from lecturing and preaching. After the old king was executed...
Murdered, you mean?
Shh, be careful. You never know who may be listening.
So were you at Worcester at the time of the battle?
Indeed I was. The Royalists were heavily outnumbered by the Roundheads. They never stood a chance, but the king managed to escape.
Yes, we heard.
I had an even narrower escape myself.
Come away from the window, Thomas. There's a mob coming down the street and they're searching for any royalists they can get their hands on.
Why? What do they want with them?
They're searching for the king who's given them the slip. But Sam at the White Swan says they'll seize anyone who they think is a royalist. Apparently they've lynched one already.
I thought the garrison had been pressed into the new model army and sent to Ireland.
That's right. But some of them are drunk and out of control. Maybe it's best if you hide.
Oh, surely they won't break in here and seize a humble clergyman like me.
They're ignorant men. They're drunk and they're angry. I put nothing past them.
Very well, but... Here's one. Let's have this one.
Masters, please, I beg you. Use no violence here. We are humble people. We mean no harm to anyone.
Oh, out of the way, woman. There, Nathan, get that rope round his neck. We'll dispatch him here.
No! Masters, please, I beg you. Spare him.
What's it to you, wench?
He's no royalist, sir. He's a man of God.
Man of God? A likely story. I say, string him up.
No, sir, no. Please, I beg you. I'm asking you as his wife.
His wife? His wife? You're now but a wench.
It's true, sir. And...
She's me child. He's knocked her up.
You filthy whoring devil.
What have you to say for yourself? Is this true?
Sir, I am an ordained clergyman of the Church of England. I can show you a sermon I was writing when you came in.
Maybe we'll let him go for now. We have bigger fish to fry. And we'll not deny the child a father. Let him be.
Come on, let's go. There's a nasty smell in here.
We'll be watching you. You see you do right by her.
Why did you say you were my wife? And you with child?
No, but I had to do something. I couldn't see you hanged.
You told a lie for me?
2 lies. But it worked, didn't it? But look, they may be back. If not today, then any day soon. You should go. Go far from here. Go tonight. It's not safe.
And you?
I'll stay. If they ask, I'll say I lost the child and you abandoned me. They already have a low opinion of you.
Margaret, I won't forget this.
Oh, so he's still here then?
He's just leaving, Lucy.
I thought the mob would have dispatched him immediately. Or at least taken him with them.
Did you tell them he was here, Lucy?
I did it for your own good, sister. For months I've turned a blind eye to you harbouring that malignant. But they've been defeated now. Our parliamentary soldiers are everywhere.
You may call him a malignant, but he's just an ordinary man who's just as sick of this turmoil as we all are. He's a man of God, Lucy.
Man of God. Man of the king, you mean? They're searching for him now.
Who?
Charles Stuart. He's on the run, but he won't get far. Our men will soon catch up with him, and with any luck, he'll suffer the same fate as his treacherous father.
Lucy, how can you say that? A lawful king is anointed by God.
His father thought himself above the law. Above God even, I shouldn't wonder. If his son gets back into power, we'll be back to the old days in no time.
What was so wrong with the old days? At least we weren't at war.
Not at war. The king was at war with everyone who didn't bend to his tyrannical will. This son of his would be the same, squandering time and money on gaming, hunting and debauched theatricals, violating the Lord's day with their swearing and carousing instead of spending it in humble devotions.
Is this really what you think, Lucy? Whenever you open your mouth, I hear your Nathaniel speaking. Men's squabbles have got nothing to do with us women.
Nathaniel speaks the truth, Margaret, and I have a head on my shoulders. Husband and wife can discuss affairs openly now, and I can think for myself. We're better off without these tyrants. Who would rob good, honest Englishmen of their liberties?
What liberties do we have, Lucy? I haven't got time for these new liberal ideas.
He'll not get far, you know. That malignant of yours. They'll know him for a royalist as soon as they set eyes on him. With luck, they'll dispatch him there and then.
But why? I thought they were pressing royalist prisoners into the new model army and sending them to Ireland.
Yes, but he's no soldier. We're well rid of him.
Please leave, Lucy. Get back to your husband. He'll be wondering what's happened to you.
So you took to the road again?
Indeed, Matthew. A dozen years with no proper home. It takes its toll on a man.
Yes, but now with Cromwell gone.
It's like I say, Matthew. Richard is to be made his successor, and the king still resides in a foreign land. I thought to find my brother or my father here, but it seems I must seek them elsewhere. Farewell, dear Matthew. I cannot stay.
Good luck, Thomas. I hope you're reunited with your family soon. And us with our king.
Amen to that. God's blessing on you, Matthew. And farewell.
Farewell.
In the years that followed, Thomas Pestell remained in obscurity. Richard Cromwell proved to be a poor successor to his father Oliver. He tried to mediate between the army and civil society, but he lacked authority and renounced power in May the following year, leaving the country without a head of state and the government without coherence and legitimacy. Colonel Hastings continued to work for the return of Charles II. In 1654, he had been a founder member of the secret underground movement known as the Sealed Knot. Towards the end of 1659, George Monk, who had commanded the English forces in Scotland under the Cromwells, began his march south. He entered London on 3rd of February the following year. The King's Declaration of Breda, made on the 4th of April, was accepted by Monk and the stage was set for the monarch's return. Charles II landed at Dover on the 25th of May and entered London on the 29th, a day that subsequently became a public holiday known as Oak Apple Day. He was crowned at Westminster on the 23rd of April 1661. Thomas Pestell's restoration, however, was still not assured. In Packington, the usurper Minister Pegg was replaced by William Smith in 1659, and in order to stand any chance of regaining his living, Pestell had to petition to have the latter ejected. Finally, in 1662, word came of the outcome.
Dearly beloved brethren, in 1660, King Charles II returned in peace upon the 29th of May, being his birthday, after 12 years' banishment, and the vicar of this parish in 1662 after 14 years' expulsion. Blessed be God. But we, brethren, being taken away from you for a short time, in presence but not in heart, endeavoured the more abundantly to see your face with great desire. Wherefore we would come unto you, even I, Paul, once and again, but Satan hindered us. Now the Lord of peace himself give you peace always and by all means. The Lord be with you all. The salutation of Paul with mine own hand, which is a token in every epistle. So I write. The grace of our Lord Jesus Christ be with you all. Amen. Amen.